Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We've got a bit of a treat for you today because this is a 60TP, the Lewandowski Go, the Tier 10 Polish heavy tank. It's located on the westbourne of Safe Haven and it's under the command of RomanovichLCK99 of the Wolf Creek serial arsonists. Well, the replay was not only sent in by the player himself, but it was also recommended by a well-known member of What Arty Noobs who's seen it and thought it was absolutely brilliant. Of course, the 60TP is basically a proposal, a technical proposal for a heavy tank by the Polish, but it never got off the drawing board, so it was discontinued at the drafting stage. Now, the main gun is a 152mm, capable of 750 alpha and 250mm pen with standard ammo, and with the heat rounds it can go through 317mm, so it's a very heavy hitter indeed. Well, it looks like the prize the K's got here beforehand, but you can see that what Romanovich, rather, I'll get his name right eventually, what Romanovich was doing there was having a quick peek round the corner by turning his, holding down his right hand mouse key and turning it sideways to get a tactical view of what was around the corner. And that's a very smart move, which a lot of players learn how to do, and then they actually become exceptionally good without taking damage from enemy tanks. Okay, he's been spotted by someone. Ouch, that was an AE phase 1, and it looks like, yeah, he's over there. Can we get a shot? Trying to, oh no, so he bounces a shell off the tracks. Oh, took a round there from a Lorraine 155-51, and I think he's decided yeah, it's probably better not to be on that corner. He's actually getting the side-by-side skill there. You noticed that was really helping him, because that improves his ability to fight, because he's alongside two other heavies. Oh, Jaegeru pumps around right through the guy, bounces the round that comes from the Jaegeru for 1050. He's not going to go sailing around the corner straight away because he's not fully loaded. And in fact, there's two enemy tanks around the corner, an Object 752 and the Jaegeru. So he puts the 752 out of his misery, and now he has to deal with the Jaegeru. But at that moment, the T10 comes up, and he takes the hit instead. And whilst we're still reloading, we're moving to a new firing position. There's a Cobra down the road, so we'll stay behind the wreck, and we'll try and get a shot in. Go for the lower plate if you can, but... well, he didn't have to go for the lower plate in the end, because he just pumped it through the side of the guy, and the Jaeger is no more. Well, there was a Cobra around the corner, but I think he's running away now because he realises he could be next. We're almost reloaded. Now, it looks to be a lot of enemy tanks around that position. Here comes the 60TP. Pumps around in, gets a low roll there. Remember, the alpha on these shells is 750, so getting 655 not very helpful. But the T10s come up to help again. Okay, there was a Panther 2 in that corner there. Just popped round the door. But the ISU's coming on and it looks like it's not bothering. And that's a bit of a problem for him because that shell just went right up his arse. Ooh, I used the rude word. Oh dear. Never mind. Okay, so what's next? Well, he seems to be having quite a bit of fun in these tunnels. And it looks like the enemy tanks are actually focusing on these tunnels as well. So far, we're 2 tanks down on the enemy. He thinks that one of the enemy tanks is coming around the corner, and I think he's right, because it may be the AE phase 1. He was last seen coming this direction. Hello! He takes a low roll for only 749, but the AE phase 1 now knows he's in a bit of a pickle, because if he stays around too long, and he's bounced around. Okay, so he stays around too long, he's going to be next. So, do we get the round in? Well, he's backed off a bit. Can go for the cupola. And he does. And he gets a high roll for 847 using the heat rounds. Now we're being pushed from behind by the T10, but that's not a problem. He's just seeking a bit of cover. And that AE Phase 1 is a Unicum player. And now he's back in the garage. You can tell that he had a little purple box. So it looks like there's a strong presence for Romanovich in the tunnels, but nowhere else. It looks like the team are out in the fields. Now, what can I tell you about this tank? It's got the highest alpha in the class with the E100 or E100, I should say, and the VK7201K. It's an extremely strong turret, as you've already seen. It took a shot from an AE Phase 1 and didn't even blink. Uh-oh, we've got another one. And he pumps 831 hit points. Oh, poor Sharp poor Sharp YouTube 4. He got wiped out. He tried to jinx it and no, didn't get it. I almost couldn't pronounce that one as well. Oh, Panther 2 come around the corner. Hello. And he's gone. So that's 5 kills now. Now he managed to track us, the K91. But we're not loaded fully yet. We're bouncing rounds from him. Can we get a nice shot? We should be able to get through the side of the vehicle. Now he did manage to pen us for 356. Now I suspect that might have been a lower plate pen, but we should be able to get him, yep. Even if it hits the side of the vehicle, it's probably going to be enough to just go straight through. And that enemy Sharp Future 4 is actually on the roof. Now we've got the enemy 60 TP now, right down the junction, and I think he's going to try to do to us what we did to the AE Phase 1. Okay, so we changed the round to standard AP. I wonder if something's going to come around the corner. We've got one of those Project Ions up ahead. This battle, by the way, is on the NA server. The Lorraine on our team just gave us a quick nudge in the rear. I think he's decided it's just too hairy outside and he had to come inside. So he's making his way around trying to find somewhere safe. Note the enemy 60 TP has gone. That's his wreck there. He got taken out by our UDAs. So who's next? It's 4 versus 5 now. So the enemy still has an advantage. There's the Sharp Future 4 that was up on the roof. He's gone into the warehouse there on the wall. We really can't go out after the enemy tank that went up the ramp. So if we did, the Sharp Future would try and get us. Yeah, there's the Project Ion. Can we get a shot? Well, it bounced off at the angle. So we didn't get that one in. And oh, I think he's angling. He's angling. Lovely. We bounced around from the Sharp Future. And we can't shoot on the Project Ion. Okay, so it's still 2 versus 5 now. So we're well down on the enemy. Oh, that was the enemy Arty. And it looks like he's over in the corner. And that was just to knock the door down across the way. Bit of a waste of a shell, I would say, but never mind. He wants to have clear vision on whoever's moving around in that warehouse. Okay, the Project Time's coming around the corner. Or is he up on the roof? The only other tank on our team is the UDAS 03. All 3, I think, is that the other one. And I think he's up on the roof. Oh! Well, he paid for it. He might have got around into us for 467, but he lost 818 hit points in that one.
Your assistance has been requested.
And the UDAS has asked to pursue with us, and he has 3 kills. Oh dear, the other Project Ion is just around the corner, thank you. And he's out the game now. So that's 7 kills. I missed the point when they had the Top Gun, but he's got 7 now, and there's 3 enemy tanks left. So it is possible he might be able to get a Fool's Medal. The other thing about this tank that's really good is the gun depression, which is, well, 6 degrees actually. It's the gun elevation as well. It does have a large hit point pool of over 2,000 hit points. Oh! It's 2,920 here on this one. And I think that's because he's got the hardening. But yes. Our UDAS is being traced or tracked by the enemy, and the Project Titan has found him and just made him a one-shot. And now the Panzer 58 Mutz, the only other tank left alive in the game, has joined him. And well, we're all alone against 3 enemy, but at the moment nobody can see us. Not even the Arty can see us, even though he's looking down from above. Because the others haven't spotted us, he doesn't know where we are. But he will know where we are as we get closer. And here we are. Oh, he just peeked up. I'm pretty sure, yes, he did see us. And here's the Arty shell. That was a direct hit. But the Mutz, good night, sweet prince. You are in the garage. And I think the project knows that he can't beat the reload. And we're going to get one on him before he can put one in his breach. And so basically this is execution time. Say goodnight. Lovely. That means there's only one enemy left, and that's the Lorraine 15551. And he has an idea where we are. But the question is, can he get a shot on us? If it was me in the Lorraine... Oh, no, he missed. He hit the bridge area there. If it was me, I would be off to the races right now. I'd be rushing around the map at high speed, trying to use my speed to avoid getting killed and forcing a draw on the team. We've still got 3 minutes left, but if we can get just one reset, or if the Lorraine quickly dashed to the other end of the map, he could get some capping in. But I suspect that what he's going to do is he's just going to sit there and see if he can shotgun us. We're down to just 40 hit points. So just one round could be enough to take us out of the game and win it for the Arty. The question is, will he be able to do that? He hasn't spotted us. He's guessing. Oh, he got him! He got him! He was there! Fantastic! What a brilliant victory for Romanovich. Well, I'm pretty certain that Romanovich must have made a mental note where that shell came from when he got hit, because he got hit several times during that game where the shell was coming from. He managed to get an ace tanker, and not only an ace tanker, but the first ace tanker in this game. You only get the scrolls once, and that's the first time, and he did get it in this game. He also got a Reaper badge for taking out consecutive enemies with consecutive shots, a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points with his own vehicle, a shell proof for blocking more damage than hit points with his own vehicle and surviving the battle, and on top of that he got a Master Gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating shots in a row, a Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a Bruised Middle for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 7. And he also got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks. In this case, it's a lot more because, yes, he got hit by just about everyone in the game. I think everyone, near enough. He also got a Pools Medal for taking down 10 enemy tanks in total, on top of which he got a Spartan Medal for blocking or a non-ricochet shot when he had less than 10% of his hit points left, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and a Steel Wall as well for blocking the most damage in the game overall. This was an epic game, and I'm amazed that he managed to work out exactly where that Lorraine 15551 was at the end of the game. As I said, if I was in that Lorraine, I would have been moving as fast as I could to try and get away from that position so I could be somewhere else when he turned up at the gap. And then I could nail him from a distance with an Arty round. But Romanovich did work out where the guy was and took him out. Win 8 for that game, 10,342, which is exceptional on a first ace tanker in the 60 TP. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the damage he did was 8,245. The nearest player to him was the UDIS-033, who he offered a platoon with, but unfortunately the UDIS didn't survive. He got 4,578 hit points of damage, and the third highest was, well, it's one of the Project Ions, isn't it? 3,851 hit points to him. When it came to kills, yes, he got the highest number of those as well. 10 kills to Romanovich, and 3 kills went to the UDIS-03 on his team, and also to one of the Project Ions on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too, 1,480. The second highest was the UDIS, managed to get 1,240, and they were the only two who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game. 881 to the third place player, which was the ISU 122-2. He fired 18 rounds in that game. He got 17 direct hits on the enemy and 16 penetrations. So only one round actually missed. And of course, you know which one that was. The one he used to knock down the garage door. Yes, so it would have been a perfect history if he hadn't used that spare round. But he did get, one of his shells didn't penetrate the enemy. I think you did see that actually during the game. I think it may have been the A phase 1 where he didn't get a penetrating shot. 8,245 hit points, and of which 390 were at more than 300 meters. 23 hits received from the enemy, only 5 of which actually penetrated, but it did take him all the way down to just 40 hit points in the end, mostly from that splash damage that was coming in from the Arty towards the end of the game. In fact, he didn't get penetrated by the Project Iron or the Panzer 58 Mutz, but he did suffer some HE damage to the back of his tank as he was crossing the roof. 5,450 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 11 enemy vehicles were damaged, 10 were killed, and he earned 36,289 credits for the game. And he got a 45,000 mission completion reward, 7 bonds, and he got 9,990 experience points altogether. When I saw these results, I thought, wow, that would take some doing. But he was actually very clever about the way he engaged those enemy tanks. Sometimes he didn't try to rush after one specific tank. He knew the power of that gun, and he knew that he could overwhelm some of the enemy tanks just by hitting their side, let alone actually hitting somewhere weak and vulnerable. But he really did play it exceptionally well during that game. And if he keeps playing like this, even the top players are going to find it difficult to withstand his assaults, because he really did end up being the last man standing, and he definitely worked his rear off to get this victory. So incredibly well done. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.